Welcome. These will be my thoughts on The Bear, Season 5, Episode 5, Raspberries. The episode is rated TVMA, so this video there will be spoilers for the show leading up to and including this episode, but not for any of the episodes that came out after this episode first premiered, and another episode I love. So we're going to try to keep it chronological. Let's dive right in. So I continue to appreciate the continued adventures of air rights. I really appreciate how this show can just every so often just introduce a brand new character that we've never met before that maybe has been mentioned, and just immediately there's so much there. Like, you really get a sense of the history. Like, Mary, fantastic. And I suppose, let's see, I'm trying to think of what the first stuff that happened in the episode. I think I'll do the bit where Donna calls, and as usual, amazing performance. I really appreciated. I mean, I don't know. I think I maybe say it too much, but genuinely, Jamie Lee Curtis, I've literally never seen her do a bad job. But I love the thing about how she doesn't just come right out and say it. She says, okay, so you deserve to know the following. We're communicating. You know, we agreed that we were going to say everything, and I think it is important for you to know the following. Meanwhile, Natalie's like, please just get to the fucking point. And yeah, I'm with Nat. That was a real creepy fucking way to say that, Donna. Don't like the choice of word you went with there. Not one bit. And yeah, oh my god, it's so great to have Pete back. And yeah, perfect way to bring him into the episode, because like everyone's like, oh, customers, you know, and then he's like, oh, sure is raining cats and dogs out there. And Richie's like, oh god fucking damn it, motherfucker. And Pete's not even like, hey. He's just like, well, I see someone remembers who I am. Jesus fucking Christ. And yeah, it was just so fucking perfect that he goes, because like, dude, okay, I appreciate that they run a restaurant and he's there to eat, but you can't just show the fuck up. You call ahead. Like, you have our fucking number. What the fuck are you doing just showing up? It's just like, I was thinking maybe you could just, oh my god. And you know, Sid and the audience can tell, oh fuck, Nat's gonna like slow walk this. She's gonna like be like, okay, so sweetie, I am so glad that you know, and Sid just cuts right through and says, you know what? We are fucking dying as far as garbage goes. So if you could maybe just take care of that whole fucking situation, you will be a goddamn hero. I will cook you literally anything you fucking want. You know, and just and he's like, I don't know, bolognese, and she's like, done. And yeah, that was just so fucking perfect. You can tell Sid, this is not the first time that she's had to deal with someone who just is, because like, there's literally no way that explaining it, if they had explained to him, this is not super convenient, he's going to spend for fucking ever, he is going to write War and Peace of goddamn apologies. And I know that because I'm him. I am Pete. You know, I've said that before. He is by far the character on this show that I relate the very most to, and 100% I am pretty much willing to bet money I have been dealt with the way Pete was just dealt with, and I only, like, you know, only later was like, hey, was that okay? You know, that was probably a good idea for them to do that. And let's see, I think that's maybe also around the time where we have the good tense bit with the wine, and it was very funny watching Neil just standing there doing this as if like, no, but the bottle's not open. You're not close enough. So listen, I don't even fucking drink wine. I don't know shit about that fancy crap. Even I know you have to like hold the glass and then do this, or I don't, can you do it with an open bottle? But you certainly can't do it because we see the bottle is corked and he's too far away from the glass, but he's just seen someone else do it. And it's even funnier because that's like, I'm gonna say Maddie Matheson is the name, who is an actual fucking chef. Originally was just supposed to work on the show as like a consultant, and they were like, let's put him on the fucking show. So yeah, always appreciate when they have him look absolutely clueless about the thing that he's literally an expert at in real life. And it was also very funny when, the thing about like, okay, so, okay, 4x4x4x4, where are you going? I'm going the other direction. And let's see, we have the, yeah, I quite like when, God, that was fucking tense. When goddamn, all these fucking names. I forget what his name is, but we've seen him before, of course. Marcus's friend, comes up and is like, okay, so, here's the thing, and then, oh hey, Lance, it's still Luca. That's that. Okay, that was also, I related to that too, and it's seriously, mean no disrespect. Sometimes I just fuck shit like that up. And yeah, the thing about like we can't add more. Of course we can. Just like, are you fighting over me? I'm gonna have you go to the library, and you're gonna check out a book. It's called How to Help an Awkward Situation, and you're gonna look through that thing, and you know what you're not gonna find anywhere in that? What you just fucking said. Like, shut up and leave. Like, by this point, he's got the fucking, he's been told where to go and what to do. Just like, but yeah, it is also pretty fucked up. This thing of like, it's fucking poor. It's raining cats and dogs out there, and probably also some water, but mainly those other two. But yeah, and the thing about like, they're gonna come through the door any second now, and you want to add more. Just like, and then later they have the other tense exchange with like, okay, so I'm sorry, I didn't mean for you to find out that I was leaving like that. But I don't know. I just feel like I should say something, and Mark is like, well, just speak freely. You didn't mind doing that earlier. Yeah, very tense. Oh, it was also so fucking good. The thing about like, getting to go out on your own terms, and he said goodbye, and nobody really said goodbye to him, and just yeah. Really, really great stuff. Oh, yeah, the meeting was quite good. Fucking loved, Richie's like, okay, so I have here. Okay, so I know this looks like I have tried to condense a thorough explanation of quantum physics, but I swear this is the path to success. I think it's self-explanatory, but if you need me to explain, I don't think anybody asked him, because I'm pretty sure it would just be even more confusing if he thinks that's straightforward, But at least it gives Sid the idea for the whiteboard thing. And then we have the, yeah, the thing about the, no, wait, shit. That's another scene. Okay, we'll go to the other, but yeah. Great with, so Pete joins the others to go to Mary. And then they bring in the other guy, just in case Raymond's there. And then we have that thing about like, oh hey, Uncle Jay, Uncle Computer, new person. Cheese, are you from Wisconsin? I would have said the same thing. I'm sorry, that's, yeah, and I love his fucking reaction to the, are you an asshole? And I really appreciate the tension in the actual. I guess I'll briefly go over. So yeah, they go up, they knock. And it's like, oh hey, get the fuck off my porch, Jimmy. It's and yeah, computer says his like legal name is, and she's like, who the fuck, I'm computer. Oh, computer, why the fuck didn't you say so? Come on in. And yeah, the entire negotiation very tense because it's like, is Pete saying too much or is he working it in an okay way? Because like hypothetically, maybe this will appeal to her because she's part of the neighborhood. She wants good for the neighborhood, of course, But yeah, the that part with yeah, ultimately she does realize she's in a better position. What was that? This thing of seller's market, I think it's called. She's got the advantage here, and yeah, that was and then the way that they keep hearing something and they think it's Raymond, and she tells them it's the dog which has PTSD, and yeah. And I appreciate, but by the end, she's like, get out of here with your fucking toxic masculinity. Because, like, yeah, for real, like, calm the fuck down. Like, yeah, sometimes, there are pets who will sometimes get upset and you know make noise, and it's just yeah. Um, let's see. I mean, by this point, she's already told them Alice doesn't live here anymore. Yeah, I mean Raymond doesn't. And yeah, the part earlier it was so sweet. The thing about like you're my CDC. I don't know if I can do that. T, you've been doing it this whole time. I really love the way that their relationship has. Like, there's so many shows that would have kept, especially, you know, back in the day. Maybe not as much recently. I've been pretty happy with the shows I've been watching more recently. But like the 1980s, there were some shows where if two women didn't like each other, they would just hate each other for forever, and it's just like, come the fuck on. I appreciate that there are some cases like that in the real world, but there are so many where once women get to know each other, they trust each other and they build things together. And yeah, I forget what CDC stands for in this context. I'm pretty sure it's not Center for Disease Control, because in that case, I don't know if under Trump that's pretty fucked. Like so many other things. Have them hold the letters, I guess, if you are eating anything that was going to have that. It's interesting how as soon as you stop tracking something that the experts say you maybe should be tracking, something goes wrong that you could maybe have been better prepared for if you were tracking it. I don't know. Maybe sometimes the government does spend money in a way that, listen, there's a lot of government ways for sure, but maybe just look at it before you start cutting shit, just in case. And yeah, and by the end of the episode, several people, there was a party of 2, party of 8, so they are in business. I'm really looking forward to the next episode of yeah, because it's gonna be, oh my god, the fucking dessert. I really hope Marcus is. I mean, I guess it's not impossible. Maybe they'll just barely be able to add before they, yeah. And I think that does just about. Yeah, there's not much more that I have to say about this episode. Um, I did really like the yeah, I think that is the bit with I appreciate that Sid is getting to be more confident. She's not freezing up like she kind of sort of was in an earlier episode of this season. And yeah, the we have the bit with the, oh my god, and Pete saying, "Is it T-shirt day?" Just, yeah, and I think that does pretty much bring us to the. There's at least one more Yeah. Richie trying you know, the thing about, touching three things, and one of them is ass. And then Jessica catches him and makes sure to make it as awkward as possible. And yeah, not the first time that we've seen sparks fly between the two of them. I appreciate following up on that. And yeah, the thing about, like, we'll try it again. And she holds out her hand, and he, thankfully does wipe his off first. And yeah, we hear, Sid hears a little bit of chuckling, so she just has to see what's, and spots it, and then and they walk out into the kitchen, and Jess leaves, and I was laughing my ass off so fucking hard throughout the entire rest, especially like Sid, Ayo Edebiri, fantastic. Like, I need to watch more that she's done. I mean, other than this, shit, I guess it really is just Inside Out 2. I'm keeping an eye open for other stuff of hers to watch. But yeah, the the thing about, so I just saw that. Well, no, but you can't even finish the line. Just the whole thing, and then Carmi comes out, and they can't stop laughing, and he's like, "So what's going on?" And then the thing about, like, "Can't tell you. You don't work here anymore." Yeah, that is pretty fucking cold, but I appreciate that Carmi takes, well, I feel like season 1 Carmi would not have been this, he had zero chill. Yeah, I guess that pretty much does cover everything. Um, I guess at one point they're like, it's going to be difficult to, we're going to have to make sure that they, after eating, they leave really, really soon after. I don't know, I guess you could say Trump is on his way or something. And yeah, I think that is pretty much everything I have to say about this episode. Okay, so I'm just going to real quick mentally fast forward through the entire thing. I continue to appreciate the way that they are escalating things, and this thing of, like, so many people being late, and now they're starting to pour in. And yeah, the idea, I mean, maybe Donna's gonna show up, and that could be very intense, because she can sometimes be very intense. And yeah, the thing about, like, well, the only idea is to get a bunch of investors, and then yeah, that is so that's how they're continuing on that. I will say, at this point, I genuinely have no idea how I don't know, maybe there just isn't a happy ending here. I right now can't quite picture how this is going to end. Maybe it will just be a downer ending even after all this. But I don't know. I mean, I guess if it ends up with, well, let's see, they didn't get any cancellations. There was someone who called and said they were still on. And then, now people have started coming. I guess it's possible that everyone will still show up, and maybe if somebody tips ridiculously high, maybe they'll just barely be able to afford. But I don't know, man. But let's see. Yeah, I quite like the part where yeah. So the thing about, okay, so air rights. As a lawyer, I understand they can get kind of complicated. Okay, so then uncomplicated, because this is a situation that needs to get unfucked right now. Okay, so you got a building. There's something above it, and they're like, we know what air means. Looks like somebody shouldn't have called him an asshole, should they?